AILSA has been self-isolating since the beginning of March, so makes the most of being in the garden. She has severe rheumatoid arthritis and is in constant pain. The drugs she takes suppress her immune system, so she was told to stay at home for 12 weeks to shield herself.
I'm waiting to go back onto a drug that I've been on before, but if COVID hadn't been around, I would have been dealing with this at an earlier stage, but I know that my consultant has been on the COVID front line, so I didn't want to bother him.
Disability groups say worries about health and accessing services are being felt more acutely during lockdown, and many people are struggling behind closed doors. According to the charity Scope, just over a quarter of disabled people feel forgotten or ignored by the government. Some disabled people considered clinically extremely vulnerable to coronavirus have been asked to shield. In theory, being on the vulnerable list can provide people with extra support, such as priority grocery deliveries. But charities say the system is flawed because it doesn't include groups such as the blind and partially sighted, who find shopping with social distancing rules very difficult. Jurgen has always loved socialising. Last year he went blind after a brain tumour and he lives alone.
I don't need to shield. I am perfectly healthy other than the fact I've lost my eyesight, but I am also incredibly vulnerable. And when all of the services were withdrawn, everything from my social services, my social worker, to not being able to get food, that took away all of those things that I was relying on. I don't even have the option of kind of popping outside and going for a walk to maybe, see someone for a few minutes in the park. The loneliness hits you because you only have your own company every day.
A government spokesperson told us it is determined to ensure the most vulnerable are supported during this pandemic. But campaigners say more needs to be done.
In that speed of decision and policies that have come in very quickly and are being reviewed very quickly, we believe that the needs of disabled people, and specifically the needs of blind and partially sighted people from our perspective, have not been taken account of, have not been thought about, and we really think that needs to happen.
Much has been made of the resolve shown by people during this crisis. Some have had to demonstrate real fortitude for years. Emma Hayward, Jazeera, Lincolnshire.